I got a call from dispatch. There was a woman on the phone who was frantic. She said she needs help now. As I turned onto the street, I see a black man standing outside of his car, and I tell him, I said, well, we got a call about a domestic guy here. You want to tell me what's going on? And he says, no, man, I don't want to talk. There's nothing going on. You can leave. So I'm trying to talk to him in a way that he will tell me, what's going on. And then as I'm riding the trunk of his car, I see he's got his hands behind his back. So I ask him, I said, show me your hands. And he's backing away from me, and he says, no, man, I can't do that. And I see a silver pistol in his right hand. So I draw my weapon, and I tell him, drop the gun. He says, no, man, I don't want to do that, just shoot me. And I said, I'm not going to shoot you, brother, just put the gun down.
We hear over and over again about police shootings across this country. What makes this situation different, what makes this case different, is that our client, Officer Stephen Mader, tried to do the right thing. In my mind, I'm thinking, why is this happening this way? And then once he says, just shoot me, it's kind of like a click in your head, like he's being suicidal. It was a matter of seconds between me initially coming into contact with him to when the other officers had arrived. The other two officers get out of their vehicles, their weapons are drawn, and they're yelling, put down the gun, and then within seconds, as he's waving the weapon, one officer ended up firing 4 shots, and the last one hit the man in the head. He did exactly what we want police officers to do. He attempted to de-escalate the situation. He attempted to save R.J. Williams' life, and the Weirton Police Department fired him for taking those steps. Officer Mader had received extensive training on de-escalation and dealing with people who are suicidal through his time in the U.S. military. He was a Marine in Afghanistan, and he's a military police officer in the National Guard. So he knew how to handle that tense situation when it arrived. But he received that training primarily through his military service. We believe that our police departments really need to invest in both de-escalation training and training for dealing with people who are facing mental health crises. It can save lives. Someone calls the police at their worst time. You don't want to go in there giving them the mindset that the police aren't here to help. You want to give them the mindset that they're there to solve the problem.